What was that again?
Just can't boogie no more. That's some late 70s disco lyrics right there. For all you guys that used to spin the records with your siblings, or go to if you're really old, you were going to the nightclubs.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of really old, you want to get us started?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Real Truth in Lending. We're coming to you live from downtown Woodstock. I'm Shane Spink. This is Craig Barry. These are our bobbleheads right here. They have the same names. So.
They're barely in the frame here, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I want to make sure that people can see them because mine actually resembles me. Shane's looks, well, it looks like a bobblehead, and it does have a resemblance.
Yeah, but I haven't worn an outfit like that in like years. It seems like.
I hope it's been many years.
Yeah. So I didn't get the deal I thought I was getting on that one. I went cheap. And you went for the real deal. So
I did. So what are we talking about today, Shane?
Well, I think we're going to talk about a range of things. As always, we try to talk about different ways to get people into homes. That's really the basis of what we do for a living, and that's the basis of what we're trying to do with this show is bring information to all of you on either different programs, different things going on in the industry, different things going on with the real estate market, which we may get, sometimes we may have a guest with a real estate agent to come in and talk about this. And we're really out there to talk to the people that are interested in hearing about this, people that may be layman's in the mortgage and real estate industry. We want to bring as much information as possible and have fun.
But you know what would be a good thing to start with? Didn't you say that we had a question about like first-time home buyer or 100% financing or something like that?
Yeah, so it was a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about it in prep. And I've had four. Actually, there were four emails, not letters. Nobody's writing a letter. Dear,
I wish they would.
Yeah, they handwriting a letter. No, it was emails into the email box about 100% financing. Getting a lot of that right now. Is there 100% financing out there? And the answer is,
well, yes. And there are some that are good, some that are not as good, and some that are really good. The only one that I have found that is one that I really, really endorse. So when somebody asks me about it, because you have programs such as VA and USDA that offer 100% financing. Other than that, you have to go with some type of down payment assistance program. And in the old days, there used to be ones like Nehemiah, if you remember that name. And then even currently, you've got Georgia Dream. And then each state has some of their specific programs, just like Georgia Dream. But recently, Acopia got hooked up with a program that is a grant. So unlike a lot of the other first-time homebuyer programs or down payment assistance programs is what they are, where you have a lot of time an interest rate hit, you have an additional.
And a hit means like a raise in it.
Thank you.
Program.
Thank you. Interest rates are higher for the program, as well as there's typically some type of fee, like $500 or something like that. And then a lot of times these have to be paid back. Whereas the one that we recently got signed up with actually allows for, after 5 years, it's forgivable. So as long as you live in the home as your primary residence for 5 years, you do not have to pay it back, period. Interest rates,
good deal.
And interest rates are comparable and the same as what they would be on any other program. So you literally, if you're getting an FHA loan or a conventional loan or what have you, you can use any of those, and the rates are what they would be normally for that. And PMI, everything else applies. But the difference is, so all that the buyers have to have is $1,000 of their own, and then they can get this grant that's a match up to $7,500, and that can go either towards their down payment or it can go towards their closing costs or a combination of the two. But up to $7,500, and there's no catch. You just have to be a first-time home buyer or at least someone who has not purchased in the last 3 years, and you got to have $1,000.
So are there income limits?
There are income limits. Okay. Great question.
Yeah.
It's based on average median income. So like for example, Fulton County's was something to the effect of, like, I haven't looked at it this year, but it was like 48,000 for one person, and then it goes in increments for the household size. But in Woodstock, like for example, here where we are, I want to say that it was somewhere around 70 for a household income of 3. So as long as you didn't make more than that amount.
Okay, so at or below.
Correct.
You can get. So it's pretty aimed at getting people, first-time home buyers, people that trying to get into homes for the first time.
Exactly.
This is kind of the program. So it's not for your experienced buyer or somebody that owns a home now, that kind of stuff.
That is correct.
Yep.
But again, I can't reiterate enough. This one is a really good program, and you will rarely hear me talking about first-time homebuyer programs or down payment assistance programs. But this one is a really good one. So anybody out there who wants more information about it, feel free to contact us, and we'll be happy to share all of it. And like I said, there's no catches. It's a really good program.
How do we contact you?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. The information is going to be in the description as far as emails, and we now have a new email with themortgagemonkeys.com, and all of that again will be, I'm going to try to put a link up or at least on the screen, but if not, it'll definitely be in the description.
Yeah, what else down below can they do?
Well, there's several things that they can do. The best thing that you can do to help us out is like and subscribe. Once we get enough subscribers, we'll be going live. And you know, you never know what's going to happen when Shane and I go live. But like, comment if there's anything that you have questions on, or if there's additional things that you'd like to actually learn about, ask it in the comment section, and we will definitely follow up and in next week's video and reply to that.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing this show for people that want to learn more about mortgages, want to learn more about buying homes. That's what this show's all about. And even the experienced buyer, there's probably stuff you can learn that we're going to talk about on the show as it goes over time. There's always, I'm always learning stuff, and I've been in the industry for 25 years. So I'm excited about what we're able to do for everybody here.
It's the bittersweet part of this business. I mean, if you like change, it's a great business. If you do
when you're getting comfortable, something comes around and cuts you off at the ankles.
Yeah, and it's a perfect little segue to, that's why you need someone who has been in the business for a while, who understands it and who can explain it, because things change so constantly and so rapidly that you have to know what you're doing. And as a buyer or somebody who's a homeowner looking to refinance, if you don't know what you're doing, which you probably don't, then that's why you need to talk to an expert.
Yeah, and an expert is not sitting on the other line at a place like Rocket Mortgage or something like that. And this isn't a infomercial really for us. We have all the technology that they have, and we have a lot of real person that you'd work with. So this isn't a commercial for us. We just our show, but just I thought I'd throw that in there.
No. It's difficult to not actually acknowledge those things from time to time, because just because you don't see a lot of the ads, like we didn't happen to do a Super Bowl ad that I know of. But just because you don't see the ads, it doesn't mean that we don't have the same, if not better, technology, and even more so when it comes to service. That's
service,
the big one.
It's simplistic to do a loan with us. It's so simple.
Exactly.
It's simple. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words for once.
I don't know that there is a whole lot more words that we need to offer for that. It is simple. It's easy, and that's a big reason why people, like my customers, come back to me. From time to time, we're going to have great information about programs and whatnot. From other times, it's going to be things that may not even be related to the housing industry, but that's where you come in and you can give us some ideas, because we really, as Shane said in the beginning, this is all about trying to help people become homeowners and just be more knowledgeable about the housing market and mortgage rates and all of those things. But we need to know specifically what it is that you want to hear, because we could sit here and ramble all day. It isn't necessarily the questions that you have. So ask the questions and we shall respond to them.
All right. Well, hey guys, thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe below if you haven't done already. See the email address down below if you want to send us a question. We read a question out every episode. If we have two really good ones, maybe we'll read two. So we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, guys. Bye.